this is Tlaib, Congresswoman and lover of Hamas and hater of America and hater of Western civilization. And you can tell that just by watching her and listen to this.
Look at this rooms, motherfuckers. We ain't going anywhere.
I mean, just the language. I'm not a prude, but she's a congresswoman, and that's the way you talk. Just pathetic, and yeah. Anyway, that's the least of our problems.
Political structures that I have to work in, that we all are surrounded by, was built on slavery and genocide and rape and oppression.
So America is a country built on genocide, rape, oppression. It's built on slavery. Those were not aberrations from the fact that it was built on the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the principle of individual rights. Those are the essence, according to Lib. That is the core of what America is. That is the essence of Western civilization, America being representative of it. There is no America without rape and genocide and slavery. I mean, this is the evil of 1619, but they've never given up on 1619, but this is much worse than just 1619. Because this is a dramatic extension of it with political and moral implications, but it's built on the same foundations. America is built on sin. Western civilization is built on sin. The goodness, the value is outside of Western civilization, outside of America. Again, she's a congresswoman. And one of the differences between the left and the right is that the wacky, crazy, insane left has been for a long time now in Congress. Now, the crazy, racist, insane right is in the executive branch. Well, and it's also in Congress. What am I talking about? It's also in Congress. We've got Marjorie Taylor Greene. We've got some other of these. Yeah, they're all in Congress. But here, this is an example of the insanity of the left.
Real change.
Real change.
Doesn't come from the cowards and warmongers in Congress. It comes from the streets. It comes from all of us mobilizing and seizing the power to resist and fight back.
Seizing the power. Seizing the power. Mobilizing and seizing the power. So this is not about, working through Congress, voting people in. It's about seizing that power.
Gaza is the compass in this country.
Gaza is the compass. Gaza tells you who's the good guys and who are the bad guys. Now, I agree, actually. I actually agree with Tlaib. Gaza is the compass. Gaza is the compass. The people who are pro-Gaza, the people who are kafirs, the people who defend Hamas, the people who hate Israel, are representative and are spokesmen for evil. Evil. Now, she thinks it's the other way around. She thinks it's exactly the other way around. She thinks that Gaza is the standard. Those who support Gaza, those who support Hamas, those who support rape, pillage, genocide by Hamas are the good guys. And those who support Israel are evil. And that includes other people in the Democratic establishment, the people in obviously in the Trump administration, but everybody, including, those evil, nasty, really, really nasty and evil Zionists. That is, right? I mean, she literally said, Gaza is the compass. Now, again, I agree. It's just my compass is exactly the reverse of hers. Exactly the reverse of hers. And she is and would be a supporter of Hamas. Of course, she wouldn't like what Hamas does to her. She wouldn't like living under Hamas government. Just like she wouldn't want to give up on all the wonders that Western civilization has brought us in order to return to whatever primitive utopia she believes exists out there. But this is the idea that, civilization is rotten to the core. This is what's his name? Rousseau brought to life today. Civilization is rotten to the core. What is good, what is virtuous, what is noble, what is true, what is the essence of goodness are the barbarians. Gaza, people who lived in America before America, people who lived in Africa, they're the good guys. Western civilization, because it's civilization, because of its virtues, because it's produced wealth, because it's created great industry and improved human life and created great wealth and eliminated poverty, because of those things, Western civilization must be condemned and must be denounced, and all its achievements must be handed over to the savages. And yes, I call the Hamas and the people who support them, which is a significant portion of the Palestinians, savages, barbarians, because that's exactly what they are.
Compass in this country.
Not everybody's
now we're
cheering.
In Congress, and we're every corner of the United States. Look.
Yeah, she makes a big deal of now we're in Congress and we're every corner and we're going to take over. We're taking over. Beware. Watch us. And this is the horror of modern American politics. You know, evil to the left of me, evil to the right of me, evil everywhere I look. Where is there sanity? Where is there any goodness out there? Because really, when you start going out into the left and right, as we know, they're very similar. They're very similar economically. They're very similar with regard to the Middle East. They're very similar with regard to Western civilization. They want to go back to different things. You know, some want to go back to the barbarism and primitivism, or primitivism of the maybe Native Americans. Others want to go back to the barbarism and primitivism of the Christian Middle Ages or Dark Ages. But they all want to go backwards. Just horrific, the state of our politics today, the state of our world today. It really is stunning. And the voices who are better are constantly being pushed to accommodate the wackos, because the wackos are where the passion is. The wackos are where the bases are. The wackos are the people who bring out the voters. They're the ones who vote in the primaries. They're the ones who kind of dictate the direction of the political party. And if you don't think that Tucker Carlson has political power, he has immense political power. He's still besties with J.D. Vance.